you understand why I love this movie so much?
No.
For Sav Rogers, a queer kid growing up in Kansas, role models came from an unexpected source.
When I was 12, I had a movie where the gay and lesbian characters were good and funny and out. They were able to live as their authentic selves.
Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy.
The third film from director Kevin Smith.
It's about a guy who falls in love with a lesbian.
But Sav's about to find out. Life's not about finding your heroes.
Welcome to the house that Amy built.
It's about finding yourself.
I'm directing a project about the legacy of Chasing Amy as an LGBTQ film. Do you find the film to be authentic to the LGBTQ community?
I find it authentic to the straight dude who falls for a queer woman community.
No longer being a lesbian by meeting the right man.
That's gonna be controversial.
Ben Affleck's goatee was a bad idea.
Let's go into the movie.
Something that's problematic can still mean a lot in your development.
It was brave to portray somebody fluid.
Seeing that movie helped me figure out, oh, that's me.
That's gay.
This girl loves me.
It's cool to come to a place where a bunch of stuff changed your life. All right, let's go. This is where they have their big fight.
Well, we're purifying it with our butts.
You were so supportive, and I was so alone in the world.
How wonderful that you found something in it.
The movie is amazing, but whatever moved you, there's a dark side too.
I can't erase the past.
You don't just get a pass for that.
I didn't know what I expected. I did not expect all this.
Maybe what's really troubling you is that your fragile fantasy might not be true.
Can we tap? This movie made me be honest with myself. Chasing Amy and chasing Amy. My butt has been where Ben Affleck's butt has been. Basically Ben Affleck. A little shorter.
Hey guys, Rand Young here, Under the Radar, here at the Tribeca Festival for the premiere of the new documentary, Chasing Amy. About to interview some of the talent. Here we go.
We are so excited to be here at Tribeca Film Festival after all these years working on this film. I mean, for a directorial feature from just such an emerging director to be here and to tell a story about a trans guy coming of age and showing hope. I mean, this guy's just so collaborative, visionary. This will not be the last that people hear of him.
I hope so. I hope I see plenty more of his work, and yours, sir. So it's a beautiful film. I was just talking to Sav about it. What were some of the challenges that you faced while during filming?
I think one of the biggest challenges was that Sav didn't want to be the center of attention or the protagonist in the film.
I just found that out, actually.
It's surprising because he's such a natural on camera and he's so charming and endearing, but it was really challenging and amazing to have those conversations about him, about why we were all coming to produce this story, which was because he is the emotional heart and center of why we all care about Chasing Amy in this way. So having those conversations and making sure that he felt comfortable, being on screen in this way and being that vulnerable, and I think that ultimately is why the film is so moving, is because of the vulnerability he's sharing and what he elicits from the people he's talking to.
So it originally started, he would be behind the scenes, and then it kind of evolved into him being basically the star of the film. That's a great thing.
And that's a credit to his want for collaboration and feedback and notes. This guy wants to hear from the people around him who he surrounds himself with. And so from all of us as producers, there was an encouragement and always then an understanding too of what would make the best story, which credit again to him as a director. He's interested in telling the best story,
right,
and putting on the director hat, taking off the director hat, the personal,
right.
And doing what's best to tell the most effective and moving story while being mindful of the people who are at the center.
Now you mentioned collaboration. How important is collaboration to you on a film set?
Collaboration is everything to me on a film set. I've worked on a number of documentary projects especially that deal with the trans community and always employing and empowering trans people behind the scenes to be a part of telling those stories. And if you don't feel like you're able to be yourself and do your best work on a set, you're not going to end up getting the best story because people don't feel like they can.
You gotta put your heart into it.
Exactly, and just fully show up. And so collaboration is everything, and I think being able to be challenged and hear feedback is one of the necessary pieces of any kind of work that is also going to challenge culture in a way that is beyond what we've seen before.
It's amazing. Congratulations on the film.
Thank you
so
so
good,
much.
So good.
We so appreciate the time and for you being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How's it going with the festivals and everything? How's the film doing?
I think the film's doing pretty well so far. I mean, this will be the first time we see it with an audience, so I really couldn't be happier.
So what was the journey like? I know it was very difficult, but and very uplifting and empowering. And just how do you feel with it all done?
Immense relief that it's all done. I mean, it was a wonderful journey. It was a hard journey. It was life-changing, the entire experience. So I'm just grateful for everybody here who's here to celebrate it and to watch the movie. I can't believe it.
I'm excited for you. What were some of the big challenges during filming? I'm curious.
I think the biggest challenging as we were finishing the movie was watching cuts of myself on screen. You know, it's hard to balance being the filmmaker and also being the primary participant, especially when you did not want to be the primary participant. And so that was the most difficult part for me. But again, like, we have such amazing collaborators, you know, from our editing team to our producers to our DPs that, you know, were so kind and gracious with me as I was, you know, trying to navigate what's that relationship like and what's that process like.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it like assembling the cast from the original film? You met Kevin Smith. How amazing was that?
Getting to meet everybody from Chasing Amy, Kevin included, was incredible. I mean, they didn't have to give me any of their time. They didn't have to give me interviews. They didn't have to work with me on this, but they all chose to, and the movie is so much better for their participation, and getting to work with them has made me a better director.
That's amazing. Are there any other Kevin Smith movies that have made an impact, not as big as Chasing Amy, but what do you think of his filmography as a whole?
I love Kevin's movies. You know, Kevin was the first filmmaker that I really responded to, like, just in terms of his overall body of work. And so Dogma is probably my next favorite Kevin Smith movie. It's a brilliant script. I love the rules of the universe, what he sets up there. It's wildly imaginative, and it's a great film.
Are there any other films that have touched you in such a way, or?
Like Save My Life?
Yeah, pretty much, or it came close to it, or what are some of your favorites?
Some of my favorites, I love The Truman Show, Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, Birds of Prey, Rear Window. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, there's so many amazing movies out there. I could stand here talking to you all day about it.
Of course, I have a movie review show, so I had to ask.
There you go.
Are there any other projects you're working on now you can talk about?
With the writer's strike, nothing much that I can talk about right now, but whatever comes next, it'll hopefully continue this trend for me of being optimistic, fun, and focusing on the joy of life and not just the worst things that have ever happened to us as queer people.
What drew you to the project?
I've known Sav since he was in college, and my background is in film festivals, and so I worked at a festival that programmed some of his early work.
Okay.
So I've known him for that long, and we became friends.
Sort of a mentor, I see.
Yeah, in some ways. And we became friends, and in 2019, he was looking for, a grant writer to help write some of the grants for the film.
Okay.
And I'm like, I can do it. I don't like to write grants, but I'm like, I can do it. And so I've worked with him and the team, for the last 4 years to this moment, really, yeah.
What do you hope audiences take away from the film, ultimately?
I mean, for me, it has nothing to do with Chasing Amy. I probably haven't seen the movie since when it came out.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
I did start watching it again on the plane here.
Right.
But for me, it was always about Sav.
Okay.
And it's always about how much movies matter.
Right.
See, and I'm so glad we're seeing it in the theater tonight with, when you watch something in the theater and you have that visceral reaction to the way movies make us feel, which is exactly what this movie's about. So I just hope people walk away feeling that, feeling validated in whatever movie moved them, and also, to be themselves, and that it's okay to take this journey,
What a fantastic message. It's great. Are you a fan of Kevin Smith's previous works, other stuff?
Honestly, I saw Clerks back in the day. I'm not a huge Kevin Smith aficionado.
Okay.
And I think he's a great filmmaker, but that's not what brought me to this movie.
Okay.
It was Sav that brought me to this movie.
I love it. Great answer.
Yay, Kevin.
Yay, Kevin, and yay, you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Mustafa, Randy Unger, Under the Radar. How are you?
Nice to meet you,
Yes.
Randy. I'm excited to be here, man.
I'm excited for you.
I'm excited for Sav.
I'm excited in general. This is amazing.
I'm excited for Sav, man.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful
it's
time.
a great film.
I'm just so happy for
And
him.
you're part of the creation of that fire.
Do you think so?
I think you're a good part of that.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm honored to even know that, to even believe that we had that kind of effect on people.
Yeah.
And the characters and the script and the whole vision for that movie and what it's done for so many people.
Yeah.
I'm just just really glad for Sav.
Yeah.
More than anything.
That's so cool of
And
you.
this is our first time meeting.
Oh, that's all. So 26 years now since Chasing Amy came out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, 1997.
Oh my God.
What is it
Do
like?
I look different?
No, you look good. You
Do I
look
look
good. You
the
look better.
same?
You've aged like a fine
Exactly,
wine,
like a
sir.
fine-
Yeah.
what do you want? Can I
yeah.
curse? Sorry about that.
If you
Like
want,
fine wine.
it's fine. Congratulations on everything. How's it feel to look back now on that film?
You know, growth, just being able to see yourself grow on celluloid is a very powerful thing in and of itself.
Okay.
And that character has had such an impact on our culture. And I want to thank Kevin for that. I want to thank him for even hiring me at that time, you know, and knowing that.
You were so good in it.
Thank
You were
you,
so
brother.
good.
Thank you. I
Thank
gotta
you
go.
so much. Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure to meet you.
You too, man.
We're so excited to be here. It's been an incredible week already, and we're all just totally vibing for the premiere tonight.
Very excited for you guys. I actually watched the film last night, and it was really a triumph. So I want to credit you, Sav, and the entire team on a job well done.
Thank you. It's been among the most collaborative projects I've ever had. Sav assembled this incredible team of people with disparate expert, takes on things that just really developed a fabric for the whole film. I mean, all credit to Sav for putting together such an elaborate team of incredible and talented people. It's been a real joy to work on. I've been with the project for about 3.5 years. The project's been going on for a little closer to 5 total, and it's just such a deeply personal film for Sav, and we're just so happy that we're able to give such a platform for the film.
So you obviously saw potential in Sav's vision. What drew you? What was the main driving force? What attracted you to the project?
Oh man, that's such a great question. Thank you for asking. I first met Sav in 2018 at a Missouri Film Commission party at the now Gotham, but then IFP week. And we were introduced by the Missouri Film Commissioner, Andrea Sporchik. Thank you, Andrea. I just immediately fell for Sav's idea and vision and energy. And I knew at that moment that Sav was like a moving train, right? And so I had to hop aboard.
Yeah.
And so it took a little while for things to kind of settle out, but I ended up getting on board, and we ended up finishing the project in post at my production company, Space Station, here in Brooklyn. And the entire year and a half that we were in post, Sav was so involved and so integral to every decision. And then our group of producers, Alex and Leela and Carrie, myself and Sav, it's just so collaborative and just such a joy to work with. We're really I feel like we're on a victory lap right now.
That's awesome. And I've definitely, collaboration seems to be the theme tonight, especially with this film. So how important is collaboration on a film set for you?
Well, it's very rare, I think, to have the collaboration at the level we've had it. Sav, as a director, does such an incredible job of making sure that everyone feels seen and heard, and that every note is considered. Sav has his own vision, and he's ready to let other people amplify that.